I remember when one of my first clients, when I was working as a financial planner back at the bank, he was a 55-year-old builder and he was in a lot of pain, like physical pain. Like his back was stuffed, his hands had full of arthritis, in so much physical pain that it was pretty obvious that he could not work for too much longer, certainly not as a bricklayer. He came in and for financial advice, he said, look, this is my situation, what can I do? And it was sad because, he only had about 50 grand in his super, he still had a very large mortgage, there was nothing built outside in his personal name. He financially couldn't retire. There was literally nothing that he could potentially do outside of doing something drastic like selling his family home. And he didn't have a plan B in place either, which made this all worse. And that was a very, very uncomfortable conversation. And it makes me go, how can even a 30-year-old get to that point, let alone a 55-year-old? That just makes me sad. And I deal with a lot of teachers and nurses who are 30, 35, have been teaching for say 3, 5, 10 years. And you do their balance sheet. What I mean by their balance sheet, you calculate what they own and compare it to what they owe. You take that away and you get what's known as their net financial position. And a lot of our teachers and nurses, our young teachers and nurses after 3, 5, 10 years are financially worthless. And that just breaks my heart. It just doesn't seem fair. And it just doesn't seem right when we got, marketers and IT professionals and even those working in a bank or whatever it might be. Yeah, don't be wrong, are doing good things, but our teachers and nurses are just critical and from a financial perspective are worth a hell of a lot less than these other professions. It just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem fair. And that's why, I want to help teachers, I want to help nurses, I want to make sure that the next 3, 5, 10 years that teachers and nurses work, that they've got something financially to show for it. They've got something financially that reflects the hard work, the dedication, the care and the support that they put into their profession, whether it's a teacher with their kids or with a nurse with their patients. I want to make sure that they get looked after, and I want to make sure that, our teachers and nurses are able to build wealth for themselves, they're able to build wealth for their families, and they're able to build wealth for the community around them.